Good morning, children, and welcome back to our second session of chapter number 9, that is reproduction in animals. Now, let us quickly revise what we learned in the first session. We learned what is reproduction, then the different modes of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual. In asexual, we learn about binary fission like amoeba, then budding in hydra, how budding takes place. Next, we learn about sexual reproduction, how it takes place with the help of two parents by making use of their sex cell or gametes. Then, what are female and male sex cells? What are the male reproductive organs and their function? What are female reproductive organs and their functions? How the fertilization takes place, that means how the fusion takes place, and there are two types of fertilization, that is internal and external fertilization, and we learned about the difference between internal and external fertilization. Now we will see how the development of embryo takes place after the fertilization. Now fertilization we saw is the results of formation of zygote which begins to develop into an embryo. Now see your children. Here this is the ovary. Ovary gives rise to a ova, that is the female cell, X. So one female cell is given out every, that is called ovulation. Now after the ovulation, the ovary moves into the fallopian tube or the oviduct, and the sperms are entering from here. Now there will be many sperms entering, but only one sperm will fuse with the female cell. Okay, that fusion of male and female gamete is called zygote. Okay, so zygote is formed here in the fallopian tube, in the oviduct. So here ova is formed from the ovary. The sperm is entering, but out of several sperm, only one sperm get fused with the egg or ova. This fusion gives rise to a zygote. A zygote is formed, and this formation of zygote is there in the fallopian tube. Now this zygote, it further divides, multiplies into 4 cell structure, 8 cell structure. It forms a ball of cell, and it is called blastocysts. This blastocyst get implanted in the uterus, where it gets all the nutrients from the mother. Here you'll get a clear idea about the different stages. Again the same. Here ovulation, then here the fusion of male and female gamete. Only one sperm is entering over here, and in the ovum or the egg cell, here fusion of male and female gamete, that is zygote, is formed. After the zygote is formed, cleavage takes place. That means the cell divides into two. Then it forms 2 cells, 4 cells, 8 cells, and this way the ball of cell is formed. This is known as blastocysts, early blastocysts. Okay, this blastocysts get implanted into the uterus here. Okay, where it further develops into a fetus, and then the fetus grows into a baby. Okay, so the embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. So further development, it gets attached to the uterus where I showed you. The embryo continues to develop in the uterus. It gradually develops the body parts. Then after further development, it gradually develops the body parts like hands, legs, and this developing this, when it becomes identical to the similar to the body, like the human being, it is called the fetus. When the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. So here, this is the fetus, the stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified. Here, all the body parts of the baby can be identified, and that is why it is called the fetus. It is there in the uterus. This covering is known as the placenta, and the umbilical cord through which the baby gets nutrient from the mother. So here, from the fetus, the baby has developed, a complete baby has developed in 9 months in human beings. So this period of the baby from the formation of fetus, it is known as the gestation period. And after the gestation period, after the fetal growth and development, the mother gives birth to the child. So this was about the fertilization and how the baby forms in the human being. Now, animals which undergo external fertilization, development of embryo takes place outside the female body. Okay, the embryo continues to grow within the egg covering, and after the embryo develops, the eggs are hatched out. Now, this type we'll see in the hen. In hen again, internal fertilization takes place, but the hens do not give birth to the babies. They lay eggs. Now, how does this happen? Similar to other animals, the ovary gives out egg cell, that is the ovum, and the sperms are entering, and only one sperm fuses with the ovary to form the zygote. Okay, and then this zygote, it travels through the fallopian tube. As it travels down, many protective layers are formed, and a hard shell that you see in a hen's egg is one such protective layer. So after the hard shell is formed around the developing embryo, then the hen finally lays the egg. Now you must have seen the hen sitting on the eggs to provide sufficient warmth. So after giving certain warmth, after certain period, the chick is completely developed and it bursts open from the egg shell. Now we have learned that some animals give birth to young ones while some lay eggs which later develop into young ones. Now some animals which give birth to young ones are called viviparous animals. Okay, for example, human beings, dog, cat, they are viviparous animals. And animals which lay eggs are called oviparous animals. For example, birds, reptiles, these are oviparous and these are viviparous. Mostly mammals are viviparous organisms. Here, oviparous animals lay eggs that hatch. Viviparous animals give direct birth to young ones. Now, the new individuals which are born or hatch from the eggs continue to grow till they become adults. Now, in some animals, the young ones may look very different from the adults. For example, a frog. See, the frog lay eggs which are hatched out, and what is given out? Tadpole. Tadpole have tails, and then suddenly, and as they grow further, what happens? The tail diminishes and they develop the hind limbs and the forelimb, and the complete adult frog is formed, which is completely different from the eggs, tadpole, larva. So this is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a biological process in which an animal physically develops after birth or hatching, involving a conspicuous and relative abrupt change in the animal's body structure through cell growth and differentiation. For example, silkworm. Silkworm, they first lay eggs, then larva, pupa, and then adult. So they are completely different. The body structure is completely changing. Now, in human beings, body parts similar to those present in the adults are present from the time of the birth. So they are similar. So they do not show such metamorphosis in human beings. It is seen in mostly frogs and other insects. Now, we learned everything about the natural process. Now let us see some artificial process of fertilization. Now, have you heard about test tube baby, my dear children? Test tube baby is done so that some of the women whose oviducts are blocked, due to which these women are not able to bear babies. So in this type of cases, IVF or intro fertilization is done, in which freshly released egg from the mother and sperms are kept them together for a few hours. So sperm from the father and egg from the mother are taken. The zygote is allowed to develop for about a week, and then it is placed in the mother's uterus. Okay, because why? The oviduct of this woman are blocked, and therefore this cannot, the natural way it cannot, they cannot form the zygote inside the oviduct, and this is done artificially. And then after the zygote is formed, it is placed inside the mother's uterus and the baby is born. In this technique it is called test tube babies. Okay, what is implantation? The close attachment of the embryo with the walls of the uterus is called implantation. So this implantation is done after zygote is formed. The embryo is implanted into the mother's uterus. So, and the normal baby is formed by this method. So in this session we learned about the natural method and the artificial method of fertilization. Thank you.